Internet. I'm here. Tom's here with technical difficulties.
I'm here
Yeah.
vocally.
Hey, I need to get a level on you, so talk for me for a little bit.
I can talk about stuff. I can talk about, I don't know, the headset that I'm on now kind of glows if I plug it into a USB.
Ooh, I like that.
Uh, yeah. It doesn't glow too much though. It's not gaudy.
I'm exhausted today. Went on
I
a
am too. I have no idea
I
why,
went on
but
a 7.5 mile hike up in Virginia today, so
I
freaking
see that
beat.
that's a completely different thing. Is this work related or is this
No, I went up on my day off.
uh,
Went up on the Appalachian Trail. So I'm a little
yeah, I don't do the hiking thing.
It was a good time. I had a good time.
I don't like walking in general
Right?
because we've discussed, my wife and I have discussed like ways of getting exercise, and she's like, well, I'll walk with you. Like, I can't do walking.
Yeah.
And she used to be big into the hiking stuff too. And
Dude, this one was brutal. We went to what the hell is it called? McAfee Knob. Um, Fortunately, there's a fire road that we took on the way back down, so that was nice and easy and sped up the exit. But dude, the way up, ugh, especially like the very first bit when you're trying to connect with the trail, and then the last bit, the like final ascent is just freaking awful. All right, so Dominion, your SmackDown from last week, Raw and SmackDown from this week, which I couldn't even tell you what happened because I have no idea.
nor could I.
I mean, I watched it and I don't know what to. I don't. Oh God, can Money in the Bank happen? Let's talk about can Money in the Bank please happen? Um, shit. What else is there? Oh, I guess we should talk about the Punk trial. Should give that
Yeah.
all of 2 minutes in his fight on Saturday.
God, it's this Saturday too, isn't
It
it?
is. Emma
That's
Johnson.
timing.
Yeah, I think that was intentional. So we'll see. I still hope he loses. I'm gonna be honest. I really hope he loses. All right, let me sit up straight here. Oh God, everything hurts. All right,
So,
you ready to talk about? Huh?
so you're still in Virginia now, or?
No. I'm
Oh
back
no,
home.
you headed back. That's right.
Yeah, I was 3 hours up starting at 7 this morning, and then 3 hours back after a 5.5 hour hike. Whew, I'm beat. At least I don't go to work until 12 o'clock tomorrow.
There you go.
So I got a little sleeping in my future, which is, I'm looking forward to it. I just spilled
All right.
water all over myself. All right, let's do this, brother.
Let's do
Let
it.
me hit record and we're going to do a podcast. My recorder just turned off because the batteries are dead, apparently. Okay, I actually have a way to fix that. If I can find the cable I need to plug this shit in. It'll be real easy. Because I can just draw power straight off the board. It's like, why did it turn off? As soon as I hit record, it just said goodbye. I was like, you dick. That's not the right type. It's micro USB, not mini USB.
Mm.
So let's look through my Stasho cords here. You know what? I know I have one somewhere else. I'm going to go grab it real quick. Touchdown. Son of a bitch. I didn't have one where I thought I had one. Give me a second to dig for one. Oh. Is this? Yep, there we go. It's right on top. I was like, I know I have the actual one that came with the recorder somewhere. This is great television.
Absolutely. Was I supposed to be talking? I've
No.
let everyone down.
That's all good. All right. And power. There we go. Now we're cooking with fire. Okay, now we can do a podcast.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Wait, I should probably get a level on this.
You're listening to the Cheaters Never Pin podcast, a proud part of the
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounded good to me.
All right, here we go. Hey, Tom.
Hey, JC.
You're back, buddy. Welcome back.
It's good to be back, or at least virtually back.
Yes, we're glad you're back from your assignment. How was your assignment?
It was a trip. I was in Washington, D.C. by map only. I didn't leave a hotel for 3 days.
Ooh,
but
good times.
Yeah, it's a thing. I was pretty busy, but on the drive back, I got to listen to Cheaters Never Pin from the unfamiliar perspective of just download listener.
And how was that, Tom?
You guys sucked.
Ow.
I only say that because I was not there.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we'll do.
No.
Hopefully we can do better tonight for you then.
No, I take it back. That was a little professional jealousy of mine. I think you guys did well. I enjoyed hearing Dan on the podcast, especially his perspective.
Thanks, buddy.
I know I'm kind of the know-it-all with the history and everything, but it was nice to hear a kind of different perspective as somebody who's just getting into wrestling talking about it. So
Yeah.
it was different. We need to have him on every once in a while just to kind of knock us down a level.
Yeah, it was fun from this angle too, getting to ask questions of a new fan. But that's not going to happen tonight, Tom.
No.
Tonight, it's old and bitter time again.
Yeah, it's yell at some clouds.
Yes, we're going to talk about absolutely nothing happening on SmackDown or Raw this week.
Yeah, because we didn't go to either of those, so it's not really worth talking about.
We'll talk about New Japan. A lot happened there. Best of the Super Juniors wrapped up this week.
That's where the fun stuff happens.
Yes, we'll talk about the lump.
The presidency of the United States of America?
No, the one that was on Punk's ass.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
And we'll also talk about whatever else comes up in the next 60 minutes.
We'll make up something if we need to.
That's all we ever do. So, Tom, can you do me a favor, buddy?
What's that, JC?
Can you ring that damn bell?
Damn right.
You're listening to the Cheaters Never Pin podcast, a proud part of the Section 328 network, bringing you all the best in wrestling from WWE, New Japan, and beyond. Now, live from ringside, it's Mr. Workrate and JC.
Oh, yes, we are back
They're
Once
the bombs that I've missed.
here on the Cheaters Never Pin podcast. I'm JC. Here next to me at the commentary table to the stars is my good buddy, Mr. Workrate, Tom.
Good as always to join you, JC.
Oh, always good. Like I said, glad to have you back. I am.
Yeah, the chair feels oddly warm still from Dan, but I don't know if that's a.
So Dan was in your house?
That.
Tom, you forget we have video on twitch.tv/Last Cheaters Never Pin now. So people know that.
Virtual chair.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't quite sure.
Metaphorical chair. I speak in metaphors often, JC. You know this.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot. This is what happens when you're gone for a week, Tom.
Yeah, I just forgotten everything about me.
I did. Forgot you.
Workrate is not my actual last name.
It's not?
No,
What is it?
it's not Buhner either.
Smith?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Is it Colbus?
Oh, if I could only be part of the Colbus family. All hail Colbus.
There we go. That's a real deep throwback for people.
Yeah. Yeah, that goes into the work rate Wikipedia.
Yeah. So let's dive right in. Let's dive right into CM Punk's ass. 'Cause I feel like this was the big story of the week, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You set that up in a different way, and you just swerve back into the straightforward. So
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
CM Punk, the lawsuit filed by Dr. Chris Amon, the WWE ringside physician, wrapped up this week. I think, what was the verdict? Monday? Yeah.
It was yesterday.
Yesterday?
Was it Monday or was it yesterday?
I don't know. It wrapped up this week. We'll just
Yeah.
use that quantifier.
In the past.
Yes. And Punk and Colt Cabana, who were kind of co-defendants in this, were found not to have been guilty of defamation towards Dr. Amen, and they owe no damages. Cool.
Yeah.
Good for them. It's hard to say. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I think Punk, as a worker, embellished a ton of shit anyway. I don't know. I watched the video of his ass that WWE produced, so I don't know. Okay. And of course, things came out in court to where, it wasn't on his waistband, it was on his ass. And, maybe it wasn't grapefruit size. Maybe it didn't actually hit the ceiling when it was lanced. Things like that. But yeah, I don't think anything they did was defamation. Because the guy's still employed by the same employer.
Right.
So. But Punk, I watched an interview that just went up a couple of hours ago. He was interviewed. He does have his UFC match Saturday in Chicago. So, of course, his media has now begun for that since his time in the courtroom has come to an end. He was interviewed by MMA Fighting's Ariel Helwani. They spent a very good chunk of the interview talking about the lawsuit. Punk, and this may come to you as a surprise, Tom, kind of bitter.
No.
Right, yeah. He's starting to reach Bret Hart levels of bitterness, which makes me really sad. But Punk is kind of bitter, feels that WWE did this to just basically leech money out of his savings. Cabana kind of feels the same. What do you think?
Is he wrong? Is that not what? And let's not point the finger directly at WWE here. Let's kind of go large corporation across the board. This is what large corporations do when they have a challenge basically against an individual or a small group of individuals. They're going to go ahead and try to put as much cost as they can and lawyer up as much as possible to try to get a settlement out of it, or to, drop pretty much the discussion. So yeah, I mean, that's what's going to happen. And not so much for Punk, who for the most part, that I'm not understand at least, managed to squirrel away a decent amount of his money. He wasn't an exorbitant spender or anything like that. He wasn't a typical wrestler. He basically took his money, put it away, so that when he was 40, or I forget what his actual plan was specifically, was that he didn't need to wrestle. He didn't need to be Ricky Morton at 65 or whatever, how old Ricky Morton is right now, still attempting to land drop kicks and pretty much
preparing to wrestle Brian Alvarez. Yeah.
But he had put his money away, and he could, for the most part, he could afford to be in a trial. I felt worse for Cabana, who has never been a major star. He had a tiny little run in WWE, which amounted to nothing. But he's always been an indie guy, and he's never been a rich guy by any means. And they said once the verdict was read, you could see basically the relief on Cabana's face. Even more so, I mean, Punk was happy, but Cabana, just the relief that he had that he wasn't going to have to pay potentially millions of dollars out of his pocket on top of the court fees that he had that he didn't necessarily have.
Right. I mean, they went after, and I keep saying they. WWE, in theory, had no part in this lawsuit, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I heard an interesting theory that on Wrestling Observer Radio that I tend to agree with, kind of in retrospect. That's right. I agree with Meltzer for a hot second.
Get out of here.
Right. This more stems from the fact that really the main people being kind of made fun of and poked at by Punk in this podcast were Vince and Triple H. And obviously they can do nothing to affect the perception of the company in a negative sense. So they propped up Doc in order to file this lawsuit and have their revenge however they could get it, whether it was through a victory or through draining their assets.
Right. And it's kind of a thing that also, I mean, while Punk and Cabana were, turned out okay in this case, it serves as a warning basically to other podcasters who don't have the bank that these two have, that, if you're even implying or may have a breaking story that you think you could put on there, maybe think twice about it, because the men and the lawyers are going to come after you and fight you. And you're not going to have the lawyers. You're not going to have the bankroll that like a CM Punk has. So maybe you think twice about it.
Yeah. I think it definitely puts a chilling effect into place, right?
Yeah. It's anytime you go up against big business, big industry in the courtroom, it's the fear is going to be there. The odds are going to be stacked against you.
Yep. Punk also said in the interview with Wani, he is very close to making weight. He's right within range of being able to shed the last couple pounds for weigh-in on Friday as he prepares to take on Mike Jackson, who is also 0-1-0 in UFC in the welterweight division at UFC 225 from the United Center on Saturday.
Could you imagine if he didn't make weight?
So, and that was another thing. I was like, this trial it originally was supposed to happen earlier, but I don't know if they were able to, if the WWE entity was able to file enough crap to push it back to this point on purpose. But I don't think you can't really manipulate the court that well, can you?
Who knows at this point? But yeah, were they thinking potentially that they could get the case to go a little bit later so that it would have potentially interfered with obviously the match is on a Saturday, but still to have that kind of interference. I mean, this is somebody who normally a typical UFC fighter would be making his weight and, practicing, working out and getting ready for a big money fight. He's sitting in a courtroom each day.
Right.
So
I'm interested to see that fight on Saturday for that reason only. Like what is going to happen? Did any of this affect Punk's mindset? And he said he's laser focused. That's the phrase he used 100 times talking to Helwani. He's laser focused on Saturday. But you've got to think, like, this takes a lot out of you. Sitting in a courtroom with the threat of $4 million being put on you. I mean,
yeah, it's gonna stress you out. And I mean, even if you feel confident going into a court case where you're innocent, you have all the evidence on your side, it's an open and shut case, there's still part of you in the back of your mind that has to be thinking, but what if?
Right.
Because not every court case goes the way that is expected.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still going to be this thought in the back of your mind that for some reason the judge doesn't like you for some reason, or some other wild thing happens, or your main evidence doesn't get accepted. There's always going to be the thought in your mind that worst case scenario, something could happen.
Right.
So Punk can say that he's laser focused, but he's laser focused now on Wednesday. Fights on Saturday, buddy.
Yep. We'll find out Saturday night, 10 p.m. on pay-per-view.
Nah, I'm not going to find out. I'll find out.
I will watch.
Twitter.
I always watch.
You'll text me.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be a text message discussion.
Yeah, I was going to say, the thread will light up.
For sure.
At 1 a.m. or whenever it is the actual fight will take place.
He should be like... His fight will probably fall around 11:30 or 12. Because he's third build on the card. He's not the main or the co-main, so...
Right. And he shouldn't be.
No. Ever. He's not good.
Well, if he wins 12 straight fights, he can. But, yeah, he's an attraction. No. He's not a main event.
Right. Let's move on. Let's move on to this week in wrestling. Actual wrestling, not wrestling in a courtroom.
Okay.
Let's start with WWE. Tom, what did you think of WWE this week?
Yeah, stuff happened. An important thing happened. Becky Lynch won.
She did.
On SmackDown.
She did. There's one reason why it happened. Because we have to build everyone before Money in the Bank. So next week, Charlotte will get her win back in order to build her. That's all that's happening here.
I thought the one reason you were talking about was because Charlotte had the tap. Becky disarmed her.
Fine. Whatever. Charlotte, like I said, Charlotte will get the win back. Neither of them are winning Money in the Bank.
No.
But Charlotte will get her win back on TV, like I said, probably Tuesday. Because that's how WWE books.
Yeah.
50-50 booking. What else happened? Ronda Rousey's terrible. I went just on a fucking rant this week about this. The I'm smiling, happy to be here needs to stop. I'm going to start there.
If there's a class for that or a pill for that or something like that, can Bobby Lashley take it too?
Oh, God, you're right. It didn't even occur to me.
Because both of them are the smiling, grinning idiots.
We'll get to Lashley. Let's do Lashley next.
Okay.
But Ronda's demeanor is terrible. She is awful on commentary, Tom. Just horrendous. My favorite part, and I don't remember exactly how they got to the line, but she was talking about, I don't even remember the exact line now, about her, it's something only her husband could say to her or something, and it didn't land the first time, so she said it word for word with the same inflection the second time, and Byron and Cole and Graves, or I'm sorry, not Byron, because it was David Otunga, just still ignored it and moved on. It was, it was so cringeworthy. It was awful. And then when she finally comes into the ring to save Natalya, because Natalya needed to be saved because she simply lost a match when Nia capitalized, because, Nia is such a heel, apparently, but not really. We have now backtracked on that again.
Boo!
She walks halfway down the ramp with her smiley face on, and then I think she realized, oh shit, I gotta look kind of pissed right now. And then she turns her Ronda Rousey Blue Steel face on. Oh God, Tom, this match better be good. The only thing that can save her at this point, and I want her to do well, I really do, because I think having her in the business is good for the business. Should she be in a title fight? No. But I want her to do well, but I have such great fear for Money in the Bank.
I don't know how she's gonna work well with Nia.
I don't either, man. It's got to be a
Nia's. I mean, we struck gold when, and I don't know if it's they turned around and said, "Oh well, she can work well with Stephanie, then she can work well with anyone." No.
no. There's a difference when you get like 4 months to rehearse a match, right?
Yeah. Plus, Nia's got her limited set as it is to begin with, and a Nia match involves a lot of selling and comebacks and, working on particular body parts and that type of thing, which could work with Rousey, but it's gonna look rough.
It's got to be like a 60-second match, right?
Yeah,
which is just as awful because that makes Nia look terrible.
I mean, I think if I were to book it, because I don't want to put the belt on Ronda.
No, God, no, please do not.
I think we get to the point where we started early. Ronda looks like she's kind of getting in control early, like in a kind of like early UFC, maybe quick knockout type thing. Nia manages to work her way around that, cheats in some way to kind of gain an advantage, uses the power to overwhelm for a little while, and then eventually Ronda works her way back, and then Nia uses some kind of illegality of some way to get the DQ, whether she just grabs the ref and throws the ref across the ring, or you can't really ball punch anybody.
The illegality is Stephanie coming in, Tom.
Yeah.
Stephanie's going to interfere here. It's the only way out. Whether Nia gets herself DQ'd or Stephanie interferes and it causes whatever, it's the only way out. You can't have a finish in this match.
No. And the thing that sucks about that is that means that it's going to keep going.
Oh, God, help me. You know what else keeps going and won't end ever?
What's that, JC?
Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley. I'll let you start this one.
Can we help him? Can we help Sami Zayn?
Can we help both of them? Neither one of them deserve this. Let's be honest.
Remember when Sami Zayn was on Raw before, and we were like, dude, if he could only get to SmackDown.
We say that about everybody.
He'd be awesome on SmackDown, and maybe he'd get like the U.S. title or something like that, and get a decent little run going. And
his run with Owens was great.
Feeding him to Lashley. And I have no problem with what got him back over to Raw. I mean, the dynamic with him and Owens has been fine. Like, I've dealt with the heel thing. I mean, Sammy is a great underdog face, but he can work the heel thing. He's an excellent dickish heel too. So work that's fine. But I mean, him and Lashley, it just, and all this pre-written scripted stuff, just
it's so bad.
It's like they wrote it like 3 years ago with no characters in mind, and we're just like, hey, we got something over here.
We just dusted off the book of unused storylines.
It's script number 46.
Yeah, it needs to end.
I think Dusty actually wrote this one.
Another thing I already want to end, and I saw it weirdly praised online, and I don't get it, is Constable Corbin.
I think we're at a point right now where
Help me, Tom.
it's either the same shit every week or just really bad stuff like the Sami Zayn, Bobby Lashley thing. So when something completely ridiculous happens, like the Constable Corbin thing, we're just like, yes, shoot it in my veins. Because we need ridiculous, you need stupid. I mean, you're talking to somebody who loved the Steven Regal real man's man gimmick.
It was funny. I enjoyed it.
Because it was so fucking bad.
He's a man. He's
Such a man. He's a real man's man. And he's like in a hard hat, like shaving in the woods with a straight razor.
Yeah. I think I tweeted. I was like, so I guess Vince learned the word constable today.
God damn it.
I have to use this on the show.
It's great. It's like a police officer, but it also sounds like he can't poop.
Oh, God, you've nailed it. Oh, no, that's exactly what it is. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, what else? I don't even know.
The best tag team in Raw right now is
B team.
the B team.
You can buy the shirts now on WWE Shop for $30. Or, go buy a white t-shirt and a Sharpie for $10.
Make it more authentic if you're making it yourself. I mean, come on.
How do they not do a backstage where it's in order like to plug WWE Shop? I mean, this is no brainer, but they're making the t-shirts to sell on WWE Shop. You see Dallas and Axel lose their minds in the back, running through Sharpies like crazy, making t-shirts. It's a 2-minute bit.
Should we make it red? Should we do red this time? I don't have any more black markers left.
See, 2 minutes. Get the shop over. Couple laughs, move on. Okay. Let's talk about New Japan. Let's just move on. Unless you've got something else, I have nothing else on WWE.
The only other thing I was going to mention was the Nakamura AJ signing, which somebody had joked that Paige had a contract signing between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, and the contract was signed and no one went through the table, which makes Paige the most effective WWE GM in history.
Well, if you think back to the Rowdy Ronda Rousey Nia Jax signing, that was just a stare down. No one went through a table. Steph did good there. That's 2 contract signings in a row with no physicality. I think we're really turning the page here.
Finally, New Day's Save the Tables chant finally pays off. Some 3 years
3
later.
years after the fact, I forgot that happened. New Japan, Tom. I have seen very little of Best of Super Juniors.
Yeah, I meant to watch more because there wasn't huge. I mean, there's the usual cast of characters, but
you say that, and then now I want like a New Japan style Full House opening, like sitcom opening.
And it would work too because even though Liger wasn't in the Best of Super Juniors, he just has that turned head look. Just point the finger up. Everybody else is giving the peace signs because that's what you do in Japan.
Daryl. Takahashi's just in the corner with Daryl.
Yeah.
They both look.
I've missed Daryl. I haven't seen him that much.
No. I think that bit has died, which is a good thing.
So Best of the Super Juniors. started May 18th, ended a couple of days ago. Block A, I'll give you your spoilers, was won by Taiji Ishimori, who was recently re-debuted, I guess, in New Japan, was Bone Soldier.
They brought it back. And it works this time.
I mean, he's not Bone Soldier. He's not wrestling as Bone Soldier. That's done. But
right.
He won Block A. He had tied with Will Ospreay, but I guess he beat him. I don't know.
Correct.
Yeah. I guess that's how the tiebreakers go.
Yep.
Also in Block A, all with 6 points. So all with 3 wins and is it 3 wins, 4 losses?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it 3 wins, 3
and 4?
4, yeah. 3 and 4. ACH, Bushi, Flip Gordon, Tiger Mask the Fourth, Yo, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. He's the Bullet Club dude. He's in Suzuki Gun. He's the one with the bottle of Jack, right?
Right.
Okay. I get my small black-tided wrestlers mixed up.
You're thinking of the other Takahashi that is the Tokyo Pimp.
Right. Well, yeah. But anyway. So Block B was won by everyone's favorite stuffed animal lover, Hiromu Takahashi, with 10 points. Tied for second in the block were Kushida and Marty Scurll. And then following that up were Chris Sabin, Dragon Lee, El Desperado, Taguchi-san, and Sho. So Sho and Yo made their debuts in Best of Super Juniors, and from what I heard, I still need to go back and watch some matches. Didn't look too bad on their own singles. So
no, they looked all right.
Yeah,
the little bits I saw.
So we had the Ishimori Takahashi final, which reportedly, again, I still need to see the match. Takahashi took the win in 34 minutes 9 seconds in a match that I don't think ratings are out yet officially, but Meltzer gushed all over.
He said it was in his top 10 matches of all time.
So some internet people will be very upset with that when it gets 6.419 stars.
Kill me.
But one other thing that came out of that, though, outside of Pretty Good Wrestling, is out of Dragon Lee's Twitter account. He made a comment that I'm not going to try to translate this from Spanish, but basically called out El Desperado and said he wants mask versus mask.
Yep.
So that should be interesting.
Dragon Lee going over.
I've never been that big of a Desperado fan.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whatever gimmick.
He's the guy with the mask, but it seems that each faction has to have a mask guy. And Desperado's just the Suzuki Gun mask guy.
Yeah.
Bushi is the LIJ one. And he fits in at least. He shoots the mist and actually kind of looks cool doing it. But
yes. Early Saturday morning here Eastern time. Dominion from Osaka-jo Hall. Next big event. Here we go. In the main event, Okada versus Omega number 4. No time limit. 2 out of 3 falls match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Cool. I'm excited. That'll be good.
Yeah,
Of course it will.
that's. I mean, we basically did a best 2 out of 3 already, which took what, 2.5 hours?
Something like that.
I'm assuming it'll take less time this time. but-
Probably. Tetsuya Naito defends the IWGP Intercontinental Championship against Chris Jericho.
It's going to be different.
I mean, you got the most over guy in the company versus Chris Jericho.
What's the over under on F-bombs that Jericho drops?
5.
He's just been a potty mouth, man.
Still that video of when he first attacked. He's just throwing shit everywhere and he gets in the car.
Yeah.
Love it. Will Ospreay defends the junior heavyweight championship against winner of the best of the Super Juniors, Hiromu Takahashi. Probably a title change because it's the junior heavyweight championship. It's a hot potato.
Plus, Takahashi needs Mr. Belt.
Yeah, he does need it. 6-man tag. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Rey Mysterio Jr. take on Cody Hangman Page and Marty Scurll, the Bullet Club.
Holy charisma in that match.
Right?
Just at least on the one side, and that's not even including the T-shirt boys on the other side. Like, dude, Tanahashi. It's weird to think that like Tanahashi's like, is he the least star out of the 3 of them?
No,
I mean, not at
Liger
this
is.
point of his career
Jesus.
right now. No, Liger's legend though.
Liger is legend, but he's not. Liger has never been on the level of Tanahashi.
No,
No. I mean, Tanahashi's a freaking movie star.
yeah, but my dad is a heel wrestler.
He's getting ready to film a new movie with Taguchi as the heel, by the way, or as the bad guy in the movie.
So they're connected because Taguchi's in the My Dad is a Heel Wrestler too.
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe that is the movie. Anyway, if you have not taken the time, internet, to watch the trailer for My Dad is a Heel Wrestler, starring Hiroshi Tanahashi, please watch it. It's amazing. LIJ, Sonata and Evil take on the Young Bucks for the IWGP Tag Team Championships.
Belts are changing hands here, aren't they?
Maybe. I don't know. It's not the junior heavyweight tag champs. So who knows? It's an
No,
IWGP
but-
tag belt. It literally carries 0 meaning, Tom.
Yeah, but Sonata and Evil, like, I mean, Evil with his injury, and it's just the shine has totally gone off them.
Yeah. Prop him up a little bit. Yeah, I'm good with that. Goto defends the Never Openweight Championship in a fatal 3-way. Jesus. In a triple threat match against Michael Elgin and Taichi.
Well, someone could die.
Kill me now. It's an Elgin. It's not only do you get Michael Elgin in a match, you get Taichi in a match with him.
I can only hope Taichi wins.
Oh God, why?
I don't know.
Why, Tom?
I want to see the world burn.
I
want. I've grown attached to Taichi. I don't know why. I don't know if it's
What
the
happened to you?
bad lip sync or.
He's the worst. Just everything about him.
And that's why I like him.
Tomohiro Ishii and Toru Yano take on Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, that's just gonna be fun. Anytime you put Toru Yano and Minoru Suzuki in the same ring,
Yeah. Minoru Suzuki, who turns 52 this week.
and still the coolest man on the planet.
Yes.
I love his Instagram.
One day want to rock a fedora as well as he does. Juice Robinson and David Finlay take on Jay White, the knife pervert, and Yoshihashi.
Yep. That's going to be a match.
It's a match. Hey, Juice is in it, though.
Juice is fun.
Freaking love Juice.
I was kind of hoping he'd be a little bit further along by now, but
I don't know that he doesn't really slot in anywhere really well right now.
things are slow and deliberate in New Japan.
Yeah.
So
Give it
they're
time.
building him.
Tom, when he wins the G1 this year,
I think he's gonna do well. He's gonna do well in G1 this year, and that's gonna. I mean, he's not gonna win it, but that's gonna prop him up a little bit.
yeah. Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru take on Sho and Yo for the Junior Tag Championships.
Oh right, Desperado and Kanemaru actually have the titles.
Yes, that's the
I
thing.
forgot about that.
It's an IWGP Tag Championship. It doesn't mean anything.
Sho and Yo will probably take it back.
Yeah, I'm good with that. They deserve it. That's Dominion. That the ass crack of dawn Saturday here on the East Coast.
What's good is by the time you actually wake up, Okada and Omega will only be an hour and a half into their match.
Right. Let's see. What else, Tom?
I wasn't writing down when we were doing our hypothetical rundown.
Tom, I ran out of notepads.
Well, you know, if you wanted to order more notepads,
Yeah?
I have a way of doing that.
Ooh, tell me about it.
Okay, here's what you do though. Go on, take your computer device, whether it be the actual machine in front of you with a keyboard or maybe a
Okay.
tablet if you have one.
Oh, there's one right here.
Okay. And go on the interwebs
Yeah.
and go to cheatersneverpin.com.
Tom, we don't sell notepads.
We should.
We should. You're right. But we don't right
But-
now. So this isn't helping me in this moment.
But until we do, you go to cheatersneverpin.com, and on cheatersneverpin.com, there is a box that says Amazon.com. You click on that box, it brings you to Amazon.com,
Whoa.
the shopping website.
Yeah. I'm familiar.
Okay, you're familiar? Okay.
Yes.
And on Amazon.com, you would shop as you normally would and pick out your notepads and some erasable pens and maybe some of those cool graphic pencils and
Ooh.
maybe the sniffy markers.
Yes.
And you put that all in your cart and you click on checkout and you enter your payment information and you use your Prime to get it in 2 days. But in doing it that way and clicking through cheatersneverpin.com to get to Amazon.com, what happens is when you drop that $50 worth of sniffy markers,
Uh-huh.
Amazon.com doesn't get all $50 of that.
Whoa.
Like 3 or 4 cents goes to us.
I mean, I like that. I like 3 or 4 cents.
So not only can you support Cheaters Never Pin, but you can also screw Amazon out of some money.
Ooh, I like that.
And who doesn't want to do that? Because damn the man.
Tom,
Save the empire.
I can get a 10-count fine tip assorted of Mr. Sketch scented stick markers for $5.47 shipped in 1 day.
1 day.
1 day with Prime.
It's amazing.
Love it. Cheatersneverpin.com. Click the Amazon button. Seriously, though, what else do we...
I don't know. I was doing the rundown. I figured maybe you would. Fire Pro comes out in August.
Yay! Can't wait.
Finally a date for it.
Yes. We will be here playing the shit out of it.
I will eagerly be awaiting, what's it, PlayStation Days or whatever it is in the next couple of days
Oh, yeah.
to purchase a PlayStation Pro.
Ooh.
We have pooled together the children's GameStop money.
I thought you were going to say college fund, and I was going to be like, Tom, it's just a video game.
trust me, for this summer, the video game's more important.
Okay, that's fair.
We're not going to make it to college if we can't get through the summer.
Okay.
And with only one video game system that can play Fortnite in this house, we're going to need one more.
Oh, God, Fortnite. Ugh.
PUBG is also possible in this house. We have it too.
Oh, good. At least they're playing good video games. Now, if we can just get them on the Destiny 2 bandwagon, right? Because that's my
I considered
addiction.
picking that up at one time, but
Oh, it's so good, Tom.
I need to be able to use my entertainment center at least once in a while.
True. Yes, Fire Pro's coming out. We'll play that. You were at SmackDown last week.
I was at SmackDown
So,
last week.
Give us a quick synopsis of your experience.
All right, so I've been going to TV tapings for
43 years.
yeah. No, I went to Raw back in Attitude Era and things like that. I think the last show I went to that was a TV taping was a SmackDown taping at PNC. What, maybe like 3 years ago or something like that? I don't know.
5.
Was it that long ago?
They made a big deal out of it. For the first time in 5 years, SmackDown Live returns to the PNC Arena.
I just remember Mark Henry pulled, I don't know, a garbage truck or something like that. I don't know. Mark Henry was very strong. But I think one of the things that I appreciated about SmackDown over Raw is, for the most part, outside of a few segments here and there, it still came off almost like a house show.
Right.
Like, it wasn't heavily set to TV commercials and things like that. You really didn't notice where TV commercial breaks would be in the action.
Right.
So I just remember in Attitude Era, like, you had commercial breaks because a lot of times you didn't have matches during the commercial. So you had this kind of dead time.
Mm-hmm.
The only time we really ran into that where it was really obvious, it's one of those things that drives me nuts. When they introduced the three-way match at the end, they do Joe's introduction, and Joe comes into the ring. And they do Cass's introduction. He gets halfway down the ramp,
And make him
and
stop.
that's when they go to commercial.
Yep.
So for 4 minutes or whatever length of time it is, as the lights go down, Cass has to still awkwardly stand there on the ramp as, like, his music's playing, and he's still looking over at Joe, talking smack to Joe. Joe's talking back to him. They're just going back and forth, and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting. And the camera guy's just kind of like hanging out in front of him, like, yeah,
Trying to give him cues.
we're going to come back soon. And then finally, we come back from commercial, and Cass is still on a ramp. That just never made sense.
Just
like,
gets his
from a
fist up.
television standpoint,
Yeah.
it's like, I get the build, and I get wanting to wait to get Daniel Bryan's entrance after the commercial. That's fine.
Right.
But at least have him go through the entrance or whatever. And I don't know if you're trying to portray it as, well, if Cass gets into the ring, him and Joe are going to fight right away, so we need to keep him in. I don't know. Just keep him kind of pacing around the outside or something like that. He's not going to go down to halfway to the ringside and just stop.
Yeah. That's not a thing that happens.
Just rub his wrists awkwardly. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, I thought it was a solid show. 205 Live was great. Both matches. I only had 2 matches, but I mean, one of the matches was like,
Just
God, like
the best ever.
25 minutes.
Yeah. It was about that.
Buddy Murphy, man. Did we know this about Buddy Murphy?
We did not.
Like, I was watching, I guess 205. I didn't watch all of 205 this week, but I watched like GIFs online of, I guess he had a match with Mustafa Ali,
Mm-hmm.
and the GIFs that I saw of spots in that match were incredible. Like, dude, he has just come full blast as like pretty much a forgotten tag team wrestler to
Yep.
the best cruiserweight in 205.
Oh yeah.
And then we had Charlotte Flair at the end. She had the match that she needed to have, where she didn't win the title, but she still went over by beating up Carmella. And then she forgot Cedric Alexander's name, which was
Embarrassing.
really awkwardly embarrassing.
Oh, Alexander Cedric.
Good match by Alexander Cedric. I'm saying it. I'm saying it with a comma in between the names.
Yeah.
Come on, Charlotte.
Eh.
He's standing right there. I appreciate it because it's. I'm sure it was kind of scripted, not scripted, like just kind of off the top of her head because no cameras are rolling or anything like that. And she wanted to kind of kiss the fans' ass and say something about what was the best match of the night, and
Oh yeah.
kind of had a brain fart.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it happened to me today. I was so I had to call somebody back
Mm-hmm.
who had left me a voicemail message. So I call him back and he says hello, and I go, "Oh, hi, guy's first name. It's Tom," and I used his last name as my last name. I was like,
It's good.
I don't even know what to say now.
It's good.
I feel as if I need to hang up on you and try this again.
Yeah, can we start over, sir? I'm really sorry.
It was early in the morning, but still.
Yeah. Cool. So next week we'll be here and we'll talk about what happened at Dominion, and we'll preview Money in the Bank.
That should give us enough to talk about for a little while without any pin mail.
Yeah.
And Dan's pin mail song was. I need to write down those lyrics
Yeah. It's a
because
tough
he
one.
had a lot of lyrics.
Yes, I'll put out a call for pin mail next week.
It's
'Cause
kind of like the
I
Star
totally
Spangled
forgot.
Banner, where you kind of know like the first chorus, but there's like 4 choruses more.
Rockets, red glare. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a loud noise where I put my phone down on my desk. Probably shouldn't do that.
Do what you need to do.
Right. Anyway, Tom, tell the people where they can find you on the internet.
Go on the Twitter machine at Mr. Workrate, at MR Workrate. Don't go anywhere else. I tried to use the Facebook like news stream type thing. That's
Facebook.
stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not your friend there anyway. Just go to Twitter. Twitter's fun.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and all find our social media at JCBobbitt, JCBOBBITT. You can find the show on Twitter at CheatersInVRPin. Of course, anytime we record the show, we're live on twitch.tv/CheatersInVRPin. And you could find video of the show after we do it on our YouTube, Cheaters Never Pin. And our Patreon.
I forgot we even had it.
Section
That's awesome.
328. Click on that. Just throw us money. Go to
Yeah.
cheatersneverpin.com, click the Amazon button, and do your Amazon shopping. So we got that too. How about that?
We've got all those things. I keep forgetting we've got the
YouTube?
visual aspects of the YouTube channel and
And it does.
Twi-
I archive the show to YouTube because it only stays in Twitch VOD for 10 days. So that way, it's just easier to be like, if you want to catch it after the fact, just go to YouTube. There's audio only versions on YouTube as well. Whatever you prefer, we're here for you and your
Yeah.
data plan needs. Cool. So I think that does it.
Yeah.
Yes. So with another week in the books, I'm JC,
I'm Tom.
and we'll catch you on the flip side. 53 minutes. That's easy.
Yeah.
Which I was like, we're gonna make it 30.
Well, we
We
talked
made
a
it
decent
all.
amount about Punk.
Yeah, that went longer than I thought it would. The WWE part went longer than I thought it did too, because I kept remembering terrible things. It's like Pandora's box of awfulness. What are we naming this show? I don't even know. What to name it? Damn.
Mm,
I don't have a good one for this. At all.
Tom's back makes it seem like it's all about me, which it's not.
It is. If anyone's watching and you're in chat and you have a suggestion for what the hell to name this thing, please put it in chat.
Yeah, I mean,
Please help.
Well,
do you want to help produce this show? Thanks.
we'll fully credit you.
We won't. At all.
I will fully credit you next week.
There you go. Ah, shit, Tom. I don't know. The Lump Edition.
Punk's ass edition.
Oh,
We shouldn't use the
meh.
naughty language.
Yeah, I was thinking the Lump Edition with the capital T and the capital L, like it's been called on WrestleZone all week. Because that just makes me laugh tremendously. The Lump Edition.
There you go. Good enough.
That works. That was the majority of the show anyway, so. Cool. Anything else we want to talk about or do here while we're still alive? Anything for the video audience as a bonus?
I'm watching an old Mid-South show. The network uploaded a lot of old Mid-South stuff recently.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
what the hell? So this is actually kind of a cool match in that it's the Rock and Roll Express versus the Midnight Express.
Okay.
This is 84. So Cornette's about $120 here and 11 years old.
Right.
For whatever reason, Cornette is handcuffed to Hacksaw Jim Duggan,
Okay.
who is in a tuxedo, because apparently it's a
Still-
formal occasion.
Well, yeah. Professional wrestling should be formal.
But somebody just jumped over the guardrail and ethered him,
Fabulous.
and it looked like a woman. So I'm not sure if this is maybe Dark Journey at this point, or what other women were around Mid-South. I don't know.
Okay.
You even know who Dark Journey is, do you?
I don't. I have no idea. I should go find out.
Yeah. She was valet. She was around for like a couple of years. She ended up making it over to Crockett,
Okay.
but
Cool.
she was pretty, and then she was gone.
Professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, man. Let's take this party on home.
Yeah.
Ready to.
Sorry I couldn't be
Ready to bed.
visually in the.
That's okay. Well, next week we'll try to get you back in the studio.
It's next week. Next week is the 13th.
That's my mama's
it's the-
birthday.
it's the pre-Flag Day edition.
It's my mom's birthday edition,
Oh.
so we'll celebrate that. We'll do that at the top of the stream. We'll celebrate my mother's birthday. It'll be great.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of hers.
she's all right. We love her. She religiously watches us on Twitch, so I'm appreciative.
And these are the important people in our viewing audience and our lives.
Yep. Hey, we're so close to being able to be an affiliate and then make money off the Twitch, Tom. We're like almost use really inappropriate language. But we're something hairs short of being able to be affiliates, and then people can throw us bits and things.
Ooh.
Like while we're on the stream. Then we'll just see them like, oh shit, we just made some money. So close.
So as we've progressed in this, apparently the Rock and Roll Express had a contest. So there's a Rock and Roll Express super date that we're seeing footage of now.
Oh Jesus.
Robert Gibson has a quality porn mustache going. Ricky Morton also has a mustache going, which is hysterical because Ricky Morton is super naturally blonde. So
Right.
he has the Larry Bird mustache going.
You saw Tom Lawler and Brian Alvarez are taking on the Rock and Roll Express. Brian Alvarez is coming out of retirement.
Oh, good Lord.
Yep, that's a thing. Pro wrestling, you're weird. Stay that way. All right, let's go home.
Yeah.
I'm tired. All right, Internet, have a wonderful evening. We're going to sign off. Bye.
I'm waving.
He is. I can see it in my heart.